And just like that, it's time for the 805 Post Show. That's right, this is the best show in surf where we wrap up an epic day of competition. You know what? The waves weren't huge, but they were entertaining. And some of the best longboarders in the world proved to us that you don't need big waves to have a good time. All you need is a big board and lots of talent. This Monday here in Surf City showed us a lot of different faces of Huntington Beach. We saw some glassy waves. We saw a little bit of wind affected in the afternoon, but we also saw big scores. I'm Chris Cote, Carla Zamora, Sam Blakely on the action all day long. And I will say, when we showed it this morning, again, it looked very small, but throughout the day, it proved to be very entertaining.
We had plenty of waves surfed, good waves surfed. We had some exciting moments. We had some upsets. It was a fantastic day.
Yeah, we kicked off with the Battle of the Kais. Kai Salas versus Kai Ellice-Flint. That was a great start, and it set things off, and there's a lot of really hyper-competitive heats. Nobody gave up. We had some excellent range surfing and some massive scores dropped.
Yeah, high sixes, high sevens throughout the entirety of the day. We saw heats with 12, 15 waves ridden. So again, it was about that positive mindset, about bringing the right surfboard to the beach today. So full credit to the WSL crew for putting the longboarding right at the front of our waiting period, because I think we got the best of the best out of our surfers. And, you know, tomorrow, probably going to be a little bit bigger conditions-wise, so we could potentially save the best for finals day for our longboard competitors. You know, one thing that we've been talking about all day long is, you know, the veterans, right? The veterans did a lot of damage today. We saw some shining faces of rookies trying to come up, but it seemed like the top-tier surfers were really the story at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw some incredible surfing from those legends. Unfortunately, some of those legends and those veterans going down, like Kai Salas.
Yep.
Yes. So it was an interesting day, to say the least.
Yeah, TJ was amazing. Taylor Jensen going for his 5th World Longboard title. Ben Skinner went down. But watching you watch Malia take the win against Ginger Kaimi, that was a special heat.
That was really special. As Mitch said, I think we need a sponsorship by Kleenex because I had tears all over.
Well, no tears for Kelis. She advanced through in the final heat of the day. She's on the glass now with Rosie Hodge.
Not surprised, Chris. Not surprised to be standing on the glass with this woman. And just talking about the unwavering support from the Hawaiian crew. We had, you know, Kai in the first heat of the morning, Kaniala the last one in the men's, and then yourself the last heat of the day. But you guys have been here supporting each other. How special is that?
Oh my God, it's so special. It's like I get to travel with my best friends. You know, Connie's my cousin, Kai's like our mentor, and like my best friend Sophia. You know, we've all grown up with each other, and to be here and support each other, it's amazing.
And we're just talking offline, coming up against Avalon Gall in the quarterfinals. You guys are best friends. How do you separate that before you compete against each other?
Oh man, it's hard. I mean, there's always that saying, like, you're friends out of the water, but once the horn blows, like, you're not friends. But like, I don't know, for me and Avalon, like, we're such good friends. It's gonna be so hard, but we want the best for each other, so there's no bad blood.
I hope you both get equal opportunity out there. And then lastly, on the hunt for that 3rd US Open title. How special is this event to you?
Oh my God. Me and Huntington, we get along, I guess. You know, going back to back a few years ago was such a dream come true. And I don't feel a lot of pressure to win again this year, which I like, and I get to surf, so I'm excited.
Well, we look forward to that quarterfinal matchup. Go rest up. Finals day tomorrow. We'll send it back to you, Chris.
I always love to see a friendly rivalry, and I would say that's a best friendly rivalry. They've been competing against each other for a long time, and it's going to be a feel-good moment regardless of the outcome, because they're both such great surfers and great sports.
Yeah, and the recognition that she's not feeling the pressure, that says a lot. But the surprise that she could be in finals day tomorrow at the end. But watch out, because it could be 3 for Kelis, because her footwork, so velvet, so light-footed, but it's the way she links things up on those rail turns. She's got a lovely timing and tempo with Huntington.
That's exactly it, the tempo. And the way she connects it and keeps that beat. We always talk about longboarding being like a dance, and it's that constant tempo, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you really get that from Kelis's surfing.
Got me moving right there. Well, we had a lot of heats we could have picked from on the women's side of the draw. But we're going to go with Heat 1. This was Soleil, Errico, and Chloe Coleman. This feels like weeks ago, but this was just at the beginning of the day. And this was a fun heat to watch because these surfers literally wave for wave for wave for wave. At the end of it, it was Soleil getting the edge with a 13-point total, but a real fun heat to watch.
Yeah, I actually was, not to put anything by, about Chloe, but I did think that Soleil was going to run away with it, but no, Chloe really gave her a hot run for her money. There were some decent clean rides out here. Fast footwork from Chloe Coleman, and then bringing it back around. Definitely giving Soleil a run for her money, but Soleil, she's just got so much experience already behind her. She's just a hard woman to come up against.
Yeah, but like you say, Chloe was exceptional, and it's exciting to see Chloe at this level. And I think there's a potential world title in Chloe in the future. There's a lot of opportunity for her to shine across the next few years.
Agree 100%. And by the looks of the replays right there, the waves were really fun in the mid portion of the day. It was nice and glassy through to the afternoon. The wind chipped up a little bit, but let's take a look at our finals bracket. Some serious quarterfinals in our future. Rachel Tilley versus Malia. I mean, they're all going to be fun to watch. Any one of these 4 quarters could be a final.
Yeah, I like the look of that second one. Chloe Coleman against Sophia Colhane. Chloe had a big test today, beating Ellice-Flint. That was one of the standout heats, and the fact that she's made it through to the quarters, I think the momentum could be with the goofy footer. But Sophia is incredible at Huntington, and that's going to be something I'm going to be looking forward to watching tomorrow.
Well, you bring up a good point. I do believe Chloe and Sophia have met up here in Huntington. I can't remember how it went, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see a battle. So I'm excited about that one as well. Of course, excited to see the young Malia go up against the title holder, Rachel Tilley. We'll see how that goes.
Tomorrow could be very, very fun and entertaining, I'm sure. And speaking of fun and entertaining, anytime J.R. Esquievel takes to the water, you hear the crowd going berserk, as they should, because he put on an absolute show for us. Our men's heat of the day went to these 2 surfers right here, J.R. Esquievel and Max Weston. What made this heat so special, Sam?
Well, first of all, the fact that Max is one of the few surfers with a PhD and that he's a data analytics engineer. That's special, but he didn't hold back. But JR always gets a strong start, and the fact that he has the Philippine support on the beach cheering him on. But this was a really good exchange between the regular footer and the goofy footer, and I spoke to Max after the heat. He was bitterly disappointed. He's got his sights set on big results, but we expected to see JR on finals day, and sure enough, he is.
Yeah, somebody that's known him for quite some time. I expecting nothing less from the Pinoy phenom and taking it down, but to give Max the nod, some really great nose riding, and his style is really awesome and great traditional aesthetic.
The road to the finals is going to be tough for all surfers left. Look at these quarterfinals. Ellice-Flint, Stevie Sawyer. You got Johnny the Ripper going against Cole Robbins. Taylor Jensen versus Declan Whiten. And J.R. Esquievel versus Connie Stewart. We've got superstars. We've got returning champions. Something for every type of surf fan in our men's quarterfinals.
Yeah, they're all belters, but watch out for Cole Robbins on his Wayne Rich boards. We got the pleasure of hearing from Wayne earlier. Cole's got good momentum, and he's probably the most relaxed going into finals day. Hasn't got too much pressure on his shoulders, and that may help his surfing to shine.
Well, looking forward into the future, tomorrow could potentially be finals day for our longboarders, but let's take a look at the Surfline forecast to really get a gauge of what we're going to see in the morning. Surfline, of course, located directly across the street. They know this break like the back of their hand because it is their front yard. So small southwest swell, a little bit of northwest wind swell could kick up some overlapping fun zone surf. Let's just hope for the best. And I think that so far, the waves that we've had have been really utilized to their utmost potential. This is a carbon copy of what we've seen in the last couple of days. This is the next 4 days. Looking at 2 to 3. Check it out though, Friday, Thursday, things amplify a little bit in the 2 to 4 foot range. So that's a good sign of things to come. Thank you, Surfline, our official forecasting partner for the WSL. So with all that, you know, we talked about conditions all day long. We foreshadow, we look back, but now is a fun time for us here in the 805 Post Show because it's time for the top 5 moments of the day, hand-selected by our production experts. Let's start with number 5. This is a good one. Cole knows his toes. Look at how well he knows those toes. Stretching his toes before the heat because he's about to ride the nose.
I'm thrown off right now. It's so good though, but how is that nose ride right there and the working of that Wayne Rich board?
Absolutely, sells real estate and he knows that territory And that board, the Harmonic 67, you know, that's an old model, but it's still shining strong.
Chloe Kalman doing what she does best, and that is ripping her way through a field of talented surfers. Chloe is into the quarterfinals.
Hey, let's be honest. Elise was gonna be her biggest threat, in my opinion, as far as just the history that they have together, and the fact that Chloe was able to come away with the win is going to set her forward into the finals day really well.
Absolutely. To get that out of the way now will give her a lot of momentum.
For sure.
Our number 3 spot goes to the guy with 3 names. Excellent Ellice-Flint. Hi, Ellis. I believe this was one of the first heats of the day. He went out there cool as a cucumber, got on the nose, and just chilled out up there. This was a really nice heat to watch.
And what is incredible about Kai is the way he's so composed in his upper body. All of that flex and movement comes from the hips to the knees, to the ankles, to the toes. And he's got a technique that a lot of people study and enjoy around the world.
Number 2 is going to go to our reigning champion. That's right, Tilly. Tip time. Tilly went out there and basically, with style, grace, elegance, and consistency, got a big victory headed into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, well, she's working off that big title win from last year. She's no stranger to Huntington Beach, so this is something in an area that she feels super comfortable with, and she nailed those nose rides, that 10 right there. Yeah, Tilly's tip time was top notch.
Oh, wow, you just added a couple T's to that one. Thank you. And our number 1 spot of the day. This is a young man that got the highest heat total. I believe he is the tallest surfer left in the draw. This is Taylor Jensen, looking unstoppable.
Yeah, slam dunk TJ Taylor. 4 world titles to his name, going for that 5th. But the light-footedness, the speed, the flow, the variety, mixing up a snappy, whippy drop knee, a driving set of maneuvers. But look at those tootsies over the tip. His toe time was incredible, and this means everything. Seeing Zion and Jagger on the sand along with his wife, Nava. He flies the flag for his family at every event, and he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Well, our quarterfinals are absolutely stacked. This is going to be one event you're not going to want to miss, but I need to tell you, you're going to have to set your alarm a half hour earlier tomorrow morning. We're going to be here at dawn. We're going to make the call at 6:30 for a potential 7 o'clock start. So please go to bed early tonight. Tomorrow's going to be a big Tuesday. Thank you for watching the 805 Post Show. We'll see you bright and early in the morning. Here's some highlights to get you through the night.
take goes the way that we want. And there's a lesson in the pressure and the way that we want. A certain has to pass in the time of the rising of suns. It's not about what you became, it's about what you can become. And everything I used to think is not a matter of fact. You don't break, don't be fake, you never sit back. And when they hate what you got, it's cause you got what they lack. And when they flexing, you can show face.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.